Hi guys, how's it going? I'm having to be quiet because Ben's actually waking up, I do believe. So interesting day really. Found out that my car's broken. The windscreen washer isn't working on the Citroen, it's just about to have its MOT. So I've got to get that sorted, which is a bit of a problem. Depending on the severity, it could be anything from 40p for a fuse, if it's just a fuse that's gone, all the way down to, well, telephone numbers, really, when it comes to DOSH, to fit a new electric motor, so we'll have to see how it goes. But what I want to talk to you about today is I went to see Avatar in 3D. I really just want to give you my opinion on 3D technology. So, back in the 80s, early 90s, my experience of 3D was a pair of glasses, one red, one green, that you had on your eyes, usually made of cardboard, and a really dodgy sort of monochrome image that just looked washed out and slightly 3D. Clearly, in these days of high definition, that wouldn't cut the mustard. So the current 3D technology that's just come out is actually quite interesting. So it does involve glasses. A particular system used in the rugby cinema is called Real D 3D. So the glasses look like the cheap section of the NHS. Look at that, am I one funky mama or what? They're actually quite clever. So basically, each lens is polarised to let a difference, to filter a different type of light. So what happens is that the left eye can see one image, the right eye can see another. And 144 times a second, the projector does an image for the left eye and for the right eye, and it's stereoscopic and it gives a depth perception. The glasses work with normal glasses as well. So that's a bit about how it works. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm not an expert. I think the thing I wanted to share with you is actually what I thought to the implementation. I suppose the best way to talk about 3D is that it's a bit like the first time you ever watched high definition. So the first time I saw a high def movie, it was 720p. So that's 1280 by 720 pixels. And I was blown away by the quality. Obviously going up to 1080p gives you even better quality. But two things. First of all, high definition can wow you and unimpress you all at the same time. It all depends on the subject matter. So sometimes if it's a close-up of someone's face, the pores, the quality, the detail that you can see is quite amazing. Other times, if depending on the angle and the lighting, etc., the image you see doesn't really impress that much more than standard definition. And 3D is very much the same. Depending on the angle, some angles do not really give you much idea of depth perception. And what I found, especially with Avatar, was that James Cameron, who directed it, clearly chose some viewing angles to try and get impact of 3D. And it's actually almost as if they artificially go out of their way to film these strange, frame the images in these strange ways that really accentuate the 3D experience. So sometimes you're sat there and you're looking at it, and yes, it looks a bit more punchy, a little bit more impactful, but it doesn't really look that much different. Other times you're looking at the screen and you look at the angle and you've got like embers of a fire floating through the air and they're like jumping at you from the screen. So it's quite a polarised technology in as far as sometimes it's either in your face or not at all. And the middle ground's quite there's not much of a middle ground. It's, as I say, either full on 3D effect or not much at all. The other thing is, and this is also something that affects high definition, is at the end of the day, when you look through your eyes, everything's in high definition. And at the end of the day, when you look through your eyes, everything's in 3D. So you become accustomed to it very quickly. And before you know it, you're watching that 3D film or you're watching that Blu-ray in high definition. And it's no different to watching anything else. You get absorbed by the story and you forget the 3D aspect or you forget the high definition aspect. I suppose for me 3D is an evolution. So it's a technology that supports a bigger effect rather than a revolution and evolution. But you need to remember that, I mean, we've gone from standard definition to high definition. High definition now going into 3D high definition. And it's a bit like a snowball. The more it rolls down the hill, the more snow it gets, the bigger the snowball gets. All these little features, high definition, 3D, are beginning to sort of get together to make it a bigger overall impact on the quality of the films that we're watching. That can only be a good thing. But yeah, so 3D cinema, 6 out of 10. I think there's a long way to go before you'll be sat there crying that you're not watching something in 3D. At the same time, it's something that I suggest you all experience, and I was quite impressed by it. So other than that, really, not much to tell. The diet didn't go too well today. I know I said in my blog earlier this morning that the diet would be the focus of the day, and that lasted till about 4 o'clock, and then it just all went a bit peaked on. So we start again tomorrow with that. Other than that, not a lot to report. I'll catch you guys later. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think, especially about 3D films. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.